In the unforgiving world of mixed martial arts, very few fighters rise to the summit, fewer still dominate it, and almost none escape it without scars. Tyron Woodley is one of those rare figures whose story is not just about championships, but about survival, pride, reinvention, and legacy. From the tough streets of Ferguson, Missouri, to the bright lights of Las Vegas pay-per-view events, Woodley carved out a reputation as one of the most explosive and feared welterweights the UFC has ever seen. He was not flashy by accident. He was violent by design. And for a time, he ruled the division stacked with killers. As of now, Tyron Woodley's estimated net worth stands at around $5 million. His wealth reflects more than fight purses. It represents a career that crossed into music, acting, media, and high-profile boxing spectacles that captivated global audiences long after his UFC prime. But money alone does not define Tyron Woodley. His life is a study in pressure, what it creates, what it destroys, and what it reveals. Early life, parents, siblings, and the Ferguson reality. Tyron Woodley was born on April 7, 1982, in Ferguson, Missouri, a city that would later become internationally known for social unrest, but was already defined by struggle when Woodley was growing up. Raised primarily by his mother, Deborah Woodley, Tyron learned early that stability was not guaranteed. Deborah was the anchor of a household that included 13 children, forcing discipline, accountability, and toughness to become survival tools rather than luxuries. Woodley has repeatedly spoken about the environment he grew up in, where distractions were everywhere, opportunities were scarce, and mistakes carried permanent consequences. Sports became his escape, but also his proving ground. Wrestling, in particular, offered structure where chaos existed elsewhere. Education background. Woodley attended McCluer High School in Missouri, where his raw athleticism quickly separated him from his peers. Wrestling was not merely an extracurricular activity. It became his identity. After high school, Woodley earned a scholarship to the University of Missouri, enrolling in agricultural economics. While the degree may have seemed unconventional for a future prize fighter, it reflected a pragmatic mindset. Woodley always understood that fighting careers are temporary, but intelligence compounds. College career. At the University of Missouri, Tyron Woodley transformed from a talented athlete into an elite competitor. Competing at the NCAA Division I level, Woodley faced the nation's best wrestlers week after week. He thrived under pressure, developing the explosive takedowns and physical control that would later terrorize MMA opponents. Notable collegiate achievements. Two-time NCAA All-American, two-time Big 12 Conference champion, and one of the most successful wrestlers in Missouri program history. More importantly, college wrestling forged Woodley's mindset, patience, discipline, and the ability to explode in a fraction of a second, traits that would define his fighting style for years. Personal life, relationships, marriage, and children. As of December 20th, 2025, Tyron Woodley is not publicly married and has no confirmed spouse or children. Despite years in the spotlight, he has guarded his private life carefully. Unlike many athletes who build public personas around relationships and family, Woodley has chosen discretion. This has fueled speculation online, but confirmed facts remain limited, and intentionally so. Religion and personal beliefs. Woodley identifies as a Christian, frequently referencing faith during periods of adversity. Prayer, reflection, and spiritual grounding have played visible roles during career downturns, losses, and major life transitions. Other works and interests. Woodley is not confined to combat sports. His pursuits include music, performing under the name T-Wood, releasing hip-hop tracks that reflect ambition, struggle, and resilience. Acting, appearing in films and television projects. Podcasting and media. MMA analysis, interviews, and commentary. Entrepreneurship, fitness, and athlete-centered ventures. For Woodley, fighting was a chapter, not the entire book. Professional career. The MMA ascent. After college, Woodley transitioned into mixed martial arts, a move that allowed him to combine wrestling with raw power. Early opponents quickly learned that one mistake could end the fight. He gained prominence in Strikeforce, defeating established names and building momentum just as the organization merged with the UFC. UFC breakthrough and championship glory. Woodley entered the UFC determined, patient, and calculated. He was not a volume striker. He was a hunter. That patience paid off spectacularly on July 30th, 2016, when he faced reigning champion Robbie Lawler. The result: a first-round knockout, a seismic shock to the division, and the crowning of a new UFC welterweight champion. Title defenses and dominance. Woodley defended his title against elite challengers: Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, Damian Maia, and Darren Till. His reign was marked by tactical brilliance and devastating power. Critics accused him of inactivity. Supporters called it intelligence. Either way, Woodley dictated fights on his terms, and often left opponents broken. The fall from the throne. Every reign ends. Woodley's loss to Usman marked a dramatic shift. The dominance faded. Confidence wavered. Losses accumulated. The same patience that once worked now drew criticism. Eventually, Woodley exited the UFC, no longer champion, no longer feared, but still globally recognized. Boxing, Jake Paul, and reinvention. When many believed Woodley's competitive days were over, he stepped into a new arena: professional boxing. Facing Jake Paul, a YouTube star turned boxer, Woodley became part of one of the most controversial spectacles in modern combat sports. Though he lost both bouts, the events generated massive attention and substantial paydays. For Woodley, it was not about records. It was about relevance and survival in a changing fight economy. House tour and car collection. Homes. Woodley has owned residences in Missouri and California, favoring privacy over ostentation. His homes reportedly feature private gyms, music studios, modern interiors, and secure gated layouts. He lives comfortably, not recklessly. Car collection. Woodley has been associated with Mercedes-Benz vehicles, Chevrolet Camaro, and luxury SUVs. His taste reflects performance and function rather than excessive extravagance. Tyron Woodley is alive as of today. There is no cause of death. Any claims to the contrary are false. Tyron Woodley's legacy is complex, and that is precisely why it matters. He was a dominant champion, a divisive strategist, a man who refused to fade quietly. His journey reflects the brutal truth of elite sports. Talent earns opportunity, discipline earns success, and adaptability determines survival. Whether remembered for his knockouts, his reign, or his reinvention, Tyron Woodley's name is permanently etched into MMA history.